All right, Zach Williams is in town this weekend. He's going to be a part of the Great American Outdoor Show playing at the Pennsylvania Farm Show Complex Friday night. And Zach, this is all about hunting, fishing, and outdoor traditions. Does that
Yeah,
sound like something you can relate to?
absolutely. When my grandpa was still alive, we I did a lot of hunting growing up, a lot of fishing. So this is right up my alley, and so I would love to one day maybe get a chance to do some more of it, but it's been pretty busy the last few years, so I don't get a chance to do a lot of it. So this will be fun to get to come and hang out and see everything that they've got. So it'll be fun.
I know another one of your favorite outdoor traditions is golf.
Yeah, love it. Yeah, we play a lot of golf throughout the year. And so that's probably outside of playing music, one of my favorite things to do.
Have you ever golfed with Ben Fuller? I know you guys have written together.
No, no, Ben. I don't think Ben's a golfer. I mean, Ben, he kind of goes off and does his own thing. I think he's big into like antiques and stuff like that, which I am too. So I think he's out hunting for stuff like that a lot of times. But he's a good dude. I love that stuff too, though. Me and my wife collect a lot of stuff like that, and so I'm drawn to anything kind of Native American or cowboy and Western. So we love a lot of stuff like that too.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the single Wait for Me with Ben Fuller, your voices together, the process of writing it. Give us a little bit more about your heart behind that song.
Yeah, so that song, we probably wrote that 3 or 4 years ago. Me and Ben, when Ben first came to town, I knew some different people in town that were riding with him, and it seemed like every time I would go to work on a song, somebody would ask me if I knew who Ben Fuller was, and I didn't know him. And so I remember that night going home and looking up his Instagram, and I found him, and he had posted a video that day about taking the long way home and how that day he decided to go a different way to his house. And had it not been for this, this different route, he would have never met this guy. This guy was down on his luck at a gas station. I think Ben helped him out. He gave him a Bible, kind of shared the gospel with him, and then was kind of on his way. And I was really inspired by his video. And so I wrote a bunch of lyrics down and sent them to him in an Instagram message. And I said, hey, I don't know you, but a lot of people that I do know, have mentioned your name and would love to finish this song if you ever get a chance. And so maybe a month later, he was in town and we got together and we wrote this song, and we started it with this idea of the long way home, which kind of changed into will you wait for me if I'm taking the long way home? And me and Ben both with our own stories could definitely relate to, both of us taking the long way home, for a number of years and knowing that God was still, there waiting for us when we got home. And so, yeah, we did this song, and then I recorded it, and it just didn't feel like the right time last time to put it on my last record. And for me, this felt like the right time to put it out. And then when Ben was on tour with me back in the fall, I asked him if he'd be interested in singing on it, and he said yeah. So yeah, we're excited about it. I love what he brought to it. So it's one of my favorite songs I've been a part of in a really long time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, your whole album, Jesus Loves, has so many of these songs for people who can experience or who have experienced what you're talking about. I feel like there's something really down to the basics, just about feeling lost, feeling like you're wandering, needing redemption, all of those things. And I know those are a lot of the big themes on Jesus Loves.
It is, and I think it's for me, I think it's just the human side of us, and I think even I was talking to somebody earlier this year. For me, it's last year and a half has just been a really kind of, I would say, just a lot of overworked and tired and just feeling worn out and ragged and trying to show up and do this and do it for the right reasons and not just get on autopilot. But I think it's just such a human nature of a thing to go through those parts of life and to have questions and sometimes doubt and to sometimes go, hey God, like where are you at right now? What's going on? And when I think about it, like for me, like when Jesus was on the cross, like I think one of the most human things he said was, why have you forsaken me? And so I think that's normal for all of us to go through. And for me, I have to constantly remind myself of that just about every record that I write, because it's just life. It's not perfect because you're a Christian. Sometimes it gets way harder. And so I love to be able to write songs that really resonate with what, we're going through.
Well, I think for so many people, one of the things that is the difference maker when you're in those situations in life is a song. And you
Yeah.
hear a song, and there's nothing like it that can pull you out or give you the boost that you need. And so to have your music, ironically, is one of the things I think that really helps. There's nothing like delivering a lyric in a song instead of just as a quote. So
Well,
I
thank you.
know a lot of the other songs on this project, Say a Prayer, Hated, these are really meaningful to you, and I think they're resonating with other people too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think if we just look at, the current state of our world, there's, not a lot of people that want to talk about Jesus. And, for me, the hated song, um, man, I didn't write that song. My producer and a buddy of mine that I wrote There Was Jesus actually wrote that song together. And they sent it to me. And the second I heard it, I was like, I want to record that song. I just felt like I wanted that song. And so, yeah, I mean, that's just, it's music like that. It's like you said, for me, I'm a product of it. Hearing a song that can stop you in your tracks and completely set you on a new course. I believe, that's what the power of, Jesus has in music and what he can do through songs. And so I'm so grateful to still get to be a part of that.
Are there any other songs on the album that you're seeing people really respond to?
Uh, yeah, there's a song called Paradise that seemed to go over pretty well back in the fall when we played it. And that's another fun one for me. It's, just kind of this idea of where we're going after we leave this earth, and this place, is not our home, and gives us some hope and something to look forward to. And I think people can really get behind that. Um, yeah, I mean, honestly, I was really shocked. We put the record out back in late September, early October, and when we played it, on tour in late October and November, people were singing along. So that's always a good sign.
Isn't that fun the way that music is working these like it's so cool putting out the early singles and how people are just eating songs up so quickly and singing them right from the beginning.
I mean, it's kind of the way the music is going. If you kind of got to keep some music out there,
Yeah.
people are moving on so fast, and so yeah, that's my plan is to try, to start getting some more music out quicker than I have in the past. And so I'm looking forward to it.
Well, no complaints from all of us. I love it. I love that album. I'm not sick of it yet, but hey, we could
Thank
always
you.
take some more. So, Zach, we can't wait to have you here in Pennsylvania this weekend for the Great American Outdoor Show. Now, I got to tell you, you got to be prepared because none of the golf courses are going to, unless you like to do ice hockey slash
Yeah,
golf, because it is
I,
snow and ice here.
yeah, I was looking at the weather yesterday, and I saw that it was probably not going to be golf weather, but that'll be all right. We'll come in and we'll check out the show and see what all's going on. So we're excited.
Awesome. I'm going to see Zach Williams, PA Farm Show Complex this Friday night, 7 p.m. And Zach, thanks for catching up.
Thank you.